All right, so we have 2 more weeks left of football in the regular season. Um, Figure I'd do something a little different. I normally do recaps. Let's go for a prediction this time around. So I got my NFL app open, looking down the list. So here we go. We'll start with tonight's game. It is New York Giants in Philadelphia, and I don't see the Giants losing at all for the rest of the season. I think that they're gonna end up maybe keeping that. I think they're gonna keep their playoff picture alive, and there's not really much stopping them. Eli Manning is having one of his best years this year, and so is Odell Beckham. I think that's going to be the Giants. I will be watching that tonight. Then we got the probably my favorite game of the year every year is the final showdown with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. This is going to be in Pittsburgh. I want to note that so far Baltimore is 5-0 in their streak with the Pittsburgh, meaning the last 5 games that Baltimore's played against Pittsburgh, they've won. I'm really hoping that they keep that alive and make it 6-0. Something's telling me though that Pittsburgh might sneak away with the win, but I'm gonna keep it optimistic and say Baltimore takes the win. That's actually the 4:30 game. So let's go into Sunday, the 1 o'clock games. So this one's a nice matchup right here. Miami at Buffalo. Buffalo's still alive as far as playoffs concerned. Miami, however, is definitely sitting right now in a wild card position. And I think they're going to keep that. I don't think Buffalo's going to win. I got Miami winning. Then we got Atlanta in Carolina. And this is a tricky one because Carolina's starting to wake up a little bit. A little too late, but they are starting to wake up. However, Matt Ryan being a candidate for MVP of the year, I think that Atlanta's going to win that one. It should be close, but I think Atlanta will win. Then we got Washington and Chicago, and Chicago's starting to be a little tricky too. I mean, they haven't won a whole lot of games this year, but they kept it close with Green Bay last week. Um, this being in Chicago, it could go either way, but I'm looking at Washington taking a win. This is another tricky game right here. We got San Diego and Cleveland. Cleveland has not won a game yet, and I don't think they're going to win this one. Point blank. Not really much to say there. We got Minnesota in Green Bay, and Green Bay is looking to take over the lead position as far as their division goes. Lions are still on top, but the Lions got a really tricky schedule the last couple games. I think Green Bay's going to win. Tennessee and Jacksonville. Tennessee is a sneaky little team. They have managed to win some really important games, especially last week winning in Arrowhead. I got Tennessee winning that game decisively too. I don't think that there's going to be much to argue there. Next, we got New York Jets in New England. New York Jets being New England's rival, but New England's going to win. That's just how it's going to be. New England's going to win. Here's a really good one. Indianapolis in Oakland. This is a really good matchup because Indianapolis is coming off of their best game of the year, and they may keep that momentum up. I don't know. This one I'm gonna say Oakland wins because of home field advantage, but you just don't know with these Indianapolis Colts. It could go either way. But I'm gonna stick to my guns and say Oakland wins. Tampa Bay in New Orleans. This is a game right here because Tampa Bay. Oh my God, they are one of those teams that you didn't expect them to be as good as they are this year. They almost beat Dallas in Sunday Night Football, and now they're playing New Orleans, which New Orleans is another one of those teams where they're not looking so hot record wise, but they put up points, man. And I think New Orleans is going to win that one. I'd like to see the Bucks continue their sneaky little run, but I think New Orleans is going to win. Um, San Francisco in LA. I think the Rams are going to take that one. Um, San Francisco really doesn't have much to fight for, but yeah, I think San Francisco's gonna win. Next we got same division, Arizona and Seattle. Arizona has been eliminated, so they really have nothing really to fight for, except for just to kind of show off if necessary. Don't think it's gonna happen. I'm trusting my boys on this one at home. Seattle wins. Cincinnati and Houston. This one, I think Cincinnati's gonna beat Houston. Houston is still number one in their division. I think that that's gonna change with Cincinnati beating them. It could go either way though. That's one of those that could go either way. But Houston's having some big issues, especially with their quarterback position. That is the looks like that's a Saturday game. Actually, we got some Saturday games, so that should be interesting. Then we got prime time football for Sunday night. It's funny because this was prime time football a couple weeks ago, and this was probably the best game of the year. It was Denver playing Kansas City in Denver, where Kansas City won at the last minute in overtime. However, they're playing in Kansas City, and I'm shooting for Kansas City keeping their division record perfect. Denver looked miserable against New England last week, and I don't think they're going to win against Kansas City. I think Kansas City's going to take that. And finally, we have Detroit in Dallas. And this is a tough one for Detroit. They really need this win, and it's not looking so good since they're playing Dallas. And rumor has it that and this might just be me looking at one of those hoax websites, but it's kind of interesting. The Dallas Cowboys supposedly hired former WCW, WWE TNA star Sting to be their intimidating coach, whatever that means. I read the article, and it was an interesting article. I'm not sure if it's a hoax or not, but if they did do that, that's interesting. That's really interesting. However, like I said, this is a tough game for Detroit. I'm rooting for Detroit, but I think Dallas will get that, and that's the final game of the list. That's Monday Night Football. We got tonight's game. Like I said, New York and Philly. I will be watching that game. That game should be very interesting. All in all, this is a really exciting week for football. There's a lot of nice matchups here. And as much as I'd like to watch them all, I will not be able to watch them all, but I will recap the entire week after Monday Night Football this coming week. So, sorry, my voice is a little raspy. I've been sick lately. But I had the time, and looking at it being Sunday, I just figured I'd go for it. Do a little prediction blog this time. So hope everybody's having a good week. Christmas is coming up soon. Hope everybody enjoys their holidays, and let's enjoy some football this week because this is a good week for it.